Hello everyone, this is Pedro from Pythalista with one more video. Last video I talked about Databricks Asset Bundle. Today I'm gonna do a Databricks Asset Bundle from scratch. I'm not using the template from Databricks CLI. I'm gonna use CLI to validate and deploy, but the idea of today is do one from scratch, file by file. And then in the process, I will teach you how to build a Python package and deploy this Python package, and then how the asset bundle library dependency works. The way it works is once you configure a job, and then you have a task, and then you can have it can be a notable task or a wheel task. And then for that task, you can install wheels or Python packages. So that can be from your project, so a relative path, and that's the example that I'm going to give. But you can use any path like on your workspace or on your Databricks volume. I'm not going to cover those two here. I'm going to cover this one. So let's get started. So first here, I'm going to completely start from scratch. I have WSL. The prerequisites here is VS Code, Databricks CLI, Azure CLI, and Python installed on your machine. And obviously you need to have an Azure Databricks workspace for this example. All right, let's get started. So let's start by creating a new directory. I'll call it Python. I'll do like this. Python will demo. And then I'm gonna open VS Code. And I'll start by opening my terminal. And I'm going to create a git ignore file. And I'm gonna copy and paste things that I don't want to be logged to Git. And then I'm gonna start a new Git repository by using the command git init. And then I'm just gonna do one liner here. Also gonna add everything, which is only one file. And I'm gonna commit. With a classic message of all right. Wow, what did I do wrong? Okay. Good. So I have my Git with my first commit. So now I'm gonna build quickly a Python package. So I'm gonna create like a source folder, src, and then I'm gonna call it my package, Python package, for the lack of a better word. And then I'm gonna create two files here. One is init.py, just to indent, say that this folder is a package. And then in init.py, I'm just gonna put the version, which I'm gonna use when I build the package. Good. It's a good way to control versions on the init.py. And then I'm gonna create another file called module, which is going to be my module in the package. And then it's going to be a pretty simple package with one function that returns hello world. All right, that's enough. So I'm going to create a virtual environment quickly. I'm going to copy and paste to be very quick. I'm going to activate. And I'm going to install pip, update pip. And that's done. So it's a clean environment. I'm going to create a requirements file called requirements dev.txt on the root folder. Oops. And then I'm just gonna put the dependencies, which is those three, by test, and to build, right? I'm gonna install the packages. Now, to create a package, you have to create a file on the root called setup.py. I'm just gonna copy and paste and I'll go through it. All right, on the setup.py, I'm just gonna first import setup and find packages. Import this because I have to append the path source, and system path knows where my package is. And then I import the time zone because I'm going to use that for the versioning. I import the package because I'm going to get the version, so I give a name. The version I get from the init.py. This is me, and then you do a description, and you say where you need to find packages on the source folder relative to setup.py. Package directory is source, and then there is some requirements. That's setup tools. That's it for setup.py. I'm gonna save it. Now I'm gonna install the package locally, and then I'll test. I'll install as edit module, which is pip install -e dot is the package on the current directory. So I click that. So that's gonna install on my environment. If I do pip list, I have the package here installed. Now I can test. To test, I need to create tests. So I'll put a test folder. And then within the test folder, I create a file code. Just give me 1 second. I'll call it test module.py. And that's going to be pretty simple. I'm going to import my module, create a function test hello to test the hello function. And then I'm going to assert if it's returned hello world. Write to test, I do Python -m PyTest. That test should pass. Yes, passed. Good. Now I need to create my bundle. So bundle file. I create a bundle on the root directory as well called Databricks.yaml. And then I'm gonna write the minimum. This file is a bundle name. I'm gonna call it Python package. I'm gonna include resources YAML file, which I'm gonna create later with my jobs. And artifact, because I'm creating a package, I'm gonna use artifact argument, and I'm gonna build the wheel that's in my current directory. I have only the dev target now. It's gonna be development mode, the default, and the workspace. I can get from my Databricks workspace, which is this one. Good. That's it for this file. Now, as I said, you have to create a folder called resources. So this is the one. And there, I'm gonna create a file. Called Python package job. Okay, Python package job.yaml resources, because it's a resource file. And then I'm gonna put like a job, Databricks job. That's gonna be called Python package job. And then it's gonna have one task, which is a notebook task. I'm gonna use a job cluster that I'm gonna define down on the file. Just wait. The notebook task is this one, which is relative path source notebook. I'll create notebook just in the next few minutes. And the job cluster key is job cluster, which I'm gonna also install the library, which is the one that I'm building, which is gonna be on the folder. It's gonna be created when I deploy and validate. And the job cluster, which is just this job cluster here, I'm gonna define as a new cluster, and that's gonna use version 13.3. It's fine. We are a little bit behind, but it's just for this example, it's fine. We are in 15 now. It's gonna be a standard machine, not very powerful. I think it's only 4 cores, this one. And I'm gonna put out scale of 1 to 2 machines. All right, let's save this one. Now let's create a notebook, which is gonna be on the source root folder. The notebook is called notebook, and the extension is IPyNB. If you have VS Code extension, it's gonna create those little cells, and the notebook is gonna be pretty simple. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna import the package, because the package will be installed on my cluster, so the package will be available. So that should pass or should run without any error. All right, so I'm ready to deploy that to my bundle, to my Databricks workspace. So I'm not going to go into the detail of logging in, setting up the tokens all for my subscription, because I've done that in the other video. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm just gonna validate my bundle and deploy. All right, had some technical issues here. Logging into my profile, Databricks, but now it's all sorted. So if I do now a Databricks bundle and then validate, that's gonna be okay. So once the bundle is validated, I can then deploy. I do a Databricks bundle, and then I put deploy. That's gonna deploy to my dev target because that's my default. Now it's building the package. Can you see it's building the wheel? So a new folder called build and dist with a wheel was created here. Now it's pushing to my workspace. Deployment complete. So if I go to my workspace, I see my bundle here and Python package. To see if the wheel is there, clicking dev artifacts, and then on that internal should have a wheel file here. So let's test if that job will run. Also on the workflows, there is a job that's been deployed here. Just gonna delete this one because I think there was an error. I'm just gonna delete that one. Cool. So that was the one that was just deployed by my profile. So let's run this job. To run this job, I have the command Databricks Asset Bundle run, and then the name of the job, which is in resources. That name here, Python package job. If you see that in my Python package job task, there is this notebook task. And if you see here the path of the notebook, and then there is the path for the library, which is in the artifacts folder. So with that, should be fine. It's gonna take a few minutes to start a cluster, but I can fast forward that. Let's wait. Should take about 4 minutes to start a cluster. I'll fast forward. Okay, my job started to run. Hopefully it's gonna be all right. I think it's maybe installing the package. Yeah, it's successfully run. All right, so that's it for this video. So if you wanted to destroy this bundle, you can come here and do a Databricks bundle destroy. And then if you don't put the argument auto approve, I'm just gonna do that, and then you say yes, and then yes again, and then it's completely removed from your workflows. It's gone. All right, guys, thanks very much for watching. I hope you enjoy. So my next video, I'm gonna talk about how can I automate this process of putting this into a CI/CD pipeline using GitHub Actions. So thanks for watching again. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, subscribe, like the video, and click the bell. See you next time.